Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Stream of magic, he serves a rings of Saturn and lots of shooting stars. And you will know the ship is inside the car. You will fuck coming aliens, go but me with time forever. Take a challenge, don't just find you with hero eye in the sky.
Welcome back, fellow mutants. It's time for another session of indie film reviews, as there has been more insanity out there in pop culture land. Sometimes I see these things and I think, you know what? They're making it too easy. This material writes itself. You can't. How can one satirize satire? Because sometimes you see these titles and you know this is 100% clickbait. I've been wanting to talk about something positive, but these things keep popping up, and I've just got to talk about them. I cannot help myself, because the big Arrowverse Crisis on Infinite Earths is coming up, and I would like to talk about that, have some fun, have a few tee-hee-ha-has talking about that. But over here at a website called birthmoviesdeath.com, excuse me, my body is trying to choke me to death rather than let me say these words. You can see here, right here from the title, pure clickbait title. Stop digging around and cast Tilda Swinton as the Joker. You know, this is a large part of why we had to start indie film reviews, because third wave feminism is just rampant. It's rampant with clickbaity garbage like this. Yes, Tilda Swinton is a fine actor. She's great. She can play a lot of roles that don't require a penis. I mean, if you want to go back in time, the history of theater, you know, in Shakespeare's day, all the roles were played by men. Men played the women, right? All that eventually changed and evolved to where women were allowed to play female parts. So ultimately, yeah, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter, right? It's just like what I was saying the other day about Ruby Rose. You should not have to be a lesbian or trans person in order to play a lesbian or trans person. You should just be an actor, right? An actor that can make their audience believe what they're portraying on the screen. But not everything has to be subverted in that way. It seems like it's better when those things are, I don't know, it would be better if it was an unknown female actor that was going to play the Joker. Oh, who'd they cast? They cast old Britt Hammerstein. Britt, that's a guy's name, right? Yeah, Britt's a guy's name. Okay. Well, we won't worry about it too much. Movie comes out. Britt Hammerstein does a great job. Go to the red carpet premiere video. Britt Hammerstein is a woman. I had no idea. But this, when these feminists want to throw out Tilda Swinton should play the world. Tilda Swinton for Gandalf. It's like, no, this is just a gimmick. It's gimmick casting for you. You want everything tokenized to pander to you and your crowd. That's if this is even a serious proposal, because it's obvious clickbait. Stop digging around and cast Tilda Swinton as the Joker. You heard me. Just, hey, in case you didn't realize this is clickbait, it's clickbait. Oh, Britt Hayes. That's got to be a guy, right? Britt Hayes. I haven't read this article in total, but I did read the byline, so. Please don't contact these people. God bless them. They have enough problems in their life if they have to resort to clickbaity stuff. I mean, my titles are clickbaity here at Indie Film Reviews, but you should know that going in. It's all going to be clickbaity. With every new iteration of Batman comes a new take on its arch nemesis, the Joker. Though Bruce Wayne and his vigilante alter ego never stray too far from the familiar cowl and cape, Batmobile, the usual assortment of gadgets, and abundance of wealth, depictions of the clown prince of crime have varied wildly in 8 decades since he first debuted in the pages of Batman. The Dark Knight's dress code remains indefinitely restricted to a limited selection of bat tie ensembles and rubbery tactical gear. The outcry to Joe Schumacher's introduction of bat nipples ensures that any iteration of the grizzled and chiseled hero must color inside the lines. Well, she mentioned bat nipples, so yeah. This is pure clickbait. Trying to enrage everybody. Well, trying to enrage all of the men that have been a fan of these characters for years and years. Like, ladies, you're welcome to come to the party. Just don't try to change everything once we let you in the door. Don't stand there beating on the door. We are hungry. Can we please have some food? And we let you come in, and now you're like, well, we don't like what you're serving, so we're just going to throw all this out, and you can all eat tofu instead. Get that tofu crap out of here. We don't want it. The bad guys have all the fun. In the past 30 years alone, Joker has been reimagined as a mobster horribly transformed by toxic chemicals, played by Jack Nicholson. A gleeful cartoon psychopath whose arsenal rivals Batman's own, voiced by Mark Hamill. A nihilistic anarchist whose origins and motives are scarily unknowable, Heath Ledger. A streetwise gangster fuckboy with face tats only a juggalo could love, Jared Leto. Yes, that's the Hot Topic version, which you can buy your own Jared Leto Joker face tats at your local Hot Topic. Get on down there, take advantage of that special offer today. And you too can be a gangster fuckboy with face tats only a juggalo could love. And in the latest incarnation, a failed comedian and introvert who lives with his mother, increasingly isolated by society, Joaquin Phoenix. I used to never know how to pronounce his name. Joaquin Phoenix. Each of these iterations has defined and redefined the character. It's easy to forget that in 1989, Nicholson's Joker was the darkest version to date. Time softens the edges. Well, I mean, you don't forget that if you actually saw it at the time. And all you had to compare it to beforehand was the live-action Joker from the Batman television show, which was very, very over the top. This week, a Forbes report offered insight into the casting of The Batman, the upcoming reboot from director Matt Reeves, which was originally going to star Ben Affleck, who, to give Ben his props, he did a great job in Batman v Superman, which was a horrible script, but he made, what do they call it? Tuna salad out of tuna shit. How's that saying go? Starring Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne / Batman, the film's said to be the first in a trilogy, of course, and will feature multiple Batman villains, seemingly taking a page from The Long Halloween. That'd be cool if they did like an extended version of The Long Halloween and broke it up into 3 emotionally satisfying acts, separate acts to play out over 3 films. Jonah Hill is reportedly in talks to play either the Riddler or the Penguin. I'd say probably the Penguin because, he's still a fat kid on the inside. Jeffrey Wright's in talks to play Commissioner Gordon, the first time Batman's longtime ally has been portrayed by a black man on film. I can live with that. I mean, this is where we've gotten with token casting. It's like, well, who on the periphery can we just change them up a little bit? Just bend their gender a little bit, bend the race a little bit. Can we do black Batgirl? I don't know. Can we do an Asian Jim Gordon? What about a black Jim Gordon? Okay, let's do a black Jim Gordon. That's fine. Everybody will be fine with that, right? Right? You're fine with that. You're fine with that. Yeah, they're fine with that. I feel compelled to put forth the next logical step in Clown Prince's evolution. Tilda Swinton. No, there's nothing logical about it. There's nothing logical about it. Nothing logical about it. This is just because these broads that write these articles think it would be funny to put Tilda Swinton in the place of every single character of every franchise that they don't love. I guarantee you she does not give 2 craps about the Batman series. Doesn't know anything about it. Doesn't care about it. But she thinks it would be funny to put Tilda Swinton in the role of the Joker. Tilda Swinton should play all the roles. She's Alfred. She's Bruce Wayne. She's Batman. She's the Joker, but not Catwoman, because that would be sexist. That would be sexist, Kay. We're just not going to do that to you people. Let me drink my soy milk. Ah, yes, Tilda Swinton. It's not merely a suggestion. I insist. You will cast Tilda Swinton. Yeah, this is uber clickbait material, but hey, that's why we are talking about it, to give her exactly what she asked for. Hopefully it'll bring her some more clicks. Clicky, clicky, click. Her ability to transform, mutate, eclipses that of peers like former Batman Christian Bale. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You could have picked any of the Batmans except for Christian Bale. Have you seen what that guy went through to play the Machinist? How he came right back to be uber buff Batman? Or I cringe, but it must be said Johnny Depp. I cringe. Well, just say Johnny Depp without the cringe. She inhabits the role. She is. Well, isn't that what the Hot Topic fuckboy did? He became the role. He was Mr. Method, and then they didn't do anything with his character in Suicide Squad. It was just a big wasted opportunity. And one at the time, it was the subject of many of those "Who's the best Joker?" videos, which is now being thrown up against the new Joker film. Who's the best Joker? And they're not mentioning Hot Topic Boy at all. I wonder why. I guess directly pandering and talking down to your audience will only get you so far. That's up to opening night. And then if the actual product does not deliver, well, then you have to deal with that as it turns to dross in the cold morning sunlight of day. Turns to dust and just blows away in your hands. No, Hot Topic Joker. Swinton as an aging Bowie-esque rock star who moves like Buster Keaton in a bigger splash. Swinton as porcelain-skinned bohemian vampire in Only Lovers Left Alive, or in The Dead Don't Die, a sword-wielding Scottish mortician with an affinity for making up the dead in a style that can only be described as Euphoria meets Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. She's a great actor, sure. She's a great actor. But we don't intentionally have to cast her in everything, okay? This is pure clickbait nonsense. How long is this darn article? My God, there's no way I can read through this whole thing. Nobody wants to hear it. Genderless Joker would be sublime. No, it wouldn't. It would not only offer casual representation for non-binary moviegoers, but it would scare the hell out of middle America. Oh, so what you're actually saying is that non-binaries are scary, and they scare the hell out of middle America, so let's make them into the boogeyman. I mean, you can shape this nonsense however you like. However you like. But again, I'm going to say to people, if you have a desire to absolutely see non-binary characters on the screen, then go create them. Don't take all the gender ones and make them genderless. They've been gendered for years. They know what they're doing. They're not confused about their sexuality, okay? Or they haven't made those decisions to go in that direction. Who knows? There's some that are confused, some that are not. They know exactly what they're doing. More power to you if that's you. But here she is saying a genderless Joker would be sublime because they're monsters. Because non-binary people are monsters. She doesn't even realize what she's saying. She's getting here to the delivery on her thesis, and she's saying that, yeah, non-binary, gender fluid people should be monsterized. There will inevitably be readers who vehemently disagree. That's me, instinctively recoiling at the thought of a woman playing a fictional psycho clown man embroiled in an ongoing battle for the soul of a made-up city with a wealthy white dude. Well, why not have Tilda Swinton play the non-binary Bat as well? We'll just change it to Bat. I am Bat. I'm the goddamn Bat. Who's clearly also fictional because he actually has good intentions, but dresses like a big rubber bat. To which I say, read that last bit again, but also so fucking what? Oh, so you don't care about any of this. So you thought you'd just come over, try to turn it into a big poop sandwich, and make everybody take a bite. Well, we're not biting it, Brit. We're not biting it. We're going to give you your clicks, but that's only because I'm getting my clicks as well. I'm getting my clicks too, Brit. We're not talking about a woman. We're talking about Tilda Swinton. She's become some sort of LGBTQ plus ABZ community icon, transcendent amorphous beam of light with the power to assume the shape of whatever she damn well pleases. These little internet clicks of nonsense are just so annoying, so annoying. But the great thing about them is they usually change and mutate so fast that you don't have to worry about them too long. But Tilda Swinton is a fine actor. Very talented, very capable at many of the roles that she plays. All right, let's bring this thing to a close. And that includes the Joker character whose every reimagining, no matter the shape or sound, elicits anger and resentment. People thought Jack Nicholson's version would be too dark and weird. His iteration became iconic. Fans were outraged at the notion of Heath Ledger, handsome heartthrob, stepping in Nicholson's shoes for Nolan. When the first photo of his Joker with grungy grease paint and a Chelsea smile was revealed, people were pissed. It's true, all that is true. But his version of the character was hailed as the best of all time. Well, by some. Ledger won a posthumous Oscar for the performance. We'll skip Jared Leto because his OnlyFans are guys with Monster Energy drink face tats who spend their lunch breaks at Office Mac talking about dope rims for their Mazda. Way to dismiss half the audience. But yeah, that's exactly what the people who designed that Joker thought. Well, we'll just make like a Joker for those Monster Energy drinking dudes with they got face tats that say like Pepsi or Monster or whatever. Yeah, and they're talking about buying new dope rims for their Mazda. This will be their Joker. Joaquin Phoenix's iteration has yet to be judged by time. Oh, and also we've got to make sure those face tats are available at Hot Topic. Okay, can we do that? Can we get those at Hot Topic? Yes, please. Let's do that. That's very important. So cast Tilda Swinton as the Joker in a future Matt Reeves Batman film. Here you go. No. Let the fanboys throw a hissy fit. No. That's your attempt is to start a hissy fit war here. They'll get over it, move on to something else. This is the internet after all. That's right, we will move on to something else. Like we'll never come back to this garbage tier website once I get to the bottom of this article. And when she inevitably knocks that performance out of the stratosphere, an icon redefining an icon, like she did with the ancient one, it will set a new standard against which we will measure every subsequent portrayal and iteration. Batman Joker, Tilda Swinton, Britt Hayes. Well, God bless you, Britt. And kudos on your clickbaity title and your garbage tier idea. It's not going to happen. Not yet, unless you get, what's that dude's name, Paul Feig, to come reimagine Batman. But thankfully, they have not given that douchebag the keys to the kingdom since he screwed up Ghostbusters 2016. I'm not talking about just because it had chicks in it, but because it had no jokes. They took out the dicks and the dick jokes, and we're left with nothing. So what can you do? Is that really the kind of Joker we want? If you want to see a scary female Joker, check out Lily Scene's Joker. That's scary. At the end of an article like that, there's only one thing we can do, and I'm going to sing this for you too, Britt. I got the Poontang Blues. Yeah, right. I need a witness started. All right. I got the Poontang Blues. All right. We got the Poontang Blues just for you, Britt. God bless you for your idea, but the final verdict is no thank you. Click thumbs up on this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter at those links below. We'll see you next time. Indie Film Reviews. I'm Strebo. We're out of here. Because we got the Poontang Blues. All right.